my pyro voice, and I got a ton of fireworks! Woo!
Bada boom, baby!
So watch the fireworks.
Hello, pyros and fireworks enthusiasts, and welcome to another video from the Vermont Pyro Boys. That's right, you know, it's been no secret for those of you that have been following along the channel that I have been super excited to head down to Blakesley, Pennsylvania and attend the Bada Boom Sit Down, their demo night that happens every year. This was a special year because it was their 20th anniversary and they had a huge fireworks display after the demos were done. Absolutely unbelievable. There was so much going on and so much to see and do. And it was really difficult for me to decide what to focus recording. So choices had to be made. And in the end, I did not record a store walkthrough video. There were two reasons for that. Number one, when I made it to the store to do a walkthrough video, I was hoping to do it the day after the demo night, thinking it would be less busy. And that was a mistake on my part. Not only was the store almost as busy as it was on Saturday demo day, but there were more workers than usual running around trying to restock all the shelves that had been previously sold out. Reason number two, I spent so much time trying to record clips of the demo night that I actually filled up the memory on my phone. So I want to ask you guys a question before I even start the rest of this video. How much of the demo night do you want to see? Because I have well over a half an hour of footage and I'd be absolutely happy to share it all with you. Or I can give you the highlights. So please get on the comments and let me know what you want to see, because that video will be forthcoming very soon. Another great part of the Bada Boom sit down day for me was it was my very first wholesale pickup. I had a great opportunity to place a wholesale order and pick it up while I was there to avoid any delivery fees and make sure that everything fit my schedule. We're going to take a look at my first wholesale pickup of 2025, and it's a pretty big one. As a matter of fact, it was so big that I left my family behind, as there was no room in the car for human beings other than myself. We're going to take a look at everything I got. There's some definite surprises for sure, some really cool stuff. Let's take a look right now. Ready, everybody? Here we go. All right, Pyros, so as we get going on this huge stash update, and it is pretty big for me, for sure. I know some of you have seen some of my other videos where I mentioned a pyro buddy who was out on the field helping me light things. He was nice enough to offer to help me by buying partials of the cases, splitting a few things with me, either in half or not. So you're not going to see whole cases here, which was great because with his additional funding, I was able to get even more stuff. So let's take a look at what all that stuff is. You guys know that I like to start off with small stuff. I asked the boys if there was anything special they wanted, and you guessed it. They wanted me to get them a whole case of smoke bombs. So that is exactly what I did. I got these Up in Smoke smoke canisters from Pyro Demon. Of course, Bada Boom's famous for Pyro Demon and Pyro Diablo. So we got a whole case of those, which is, I believe it's about a gross of smoke canisters in the end. And then next up, I got two 12-packs of 200-gram cakes, the Deadly Dozen from Brothers and Raccoon Squad from, Raccoon. And these, you can probably guess what my motivation was. I love shooting demos, and I love making demos for you guys. So I didn't want to buy 12 of the same cake. I was really looking for variety. So a lot of these assortments, you're going to see other ones here too as we go through this. I bought specifically for that reason because I wanted to have lots of stuff to demo. But also we've been talking about how I am going to start putting together small shows for you guys and do some demonstrations with the firing system. So 3 of the 4 of these have been demoed already. Mic drop, third base, and nice rack. And then we've got a couple of kick-asses down there. It's going to be a lot of fun to be able to incorporate those into shows in a little bit more of a souped-up kind of more than one at a time variety. So that should be pretty fun. And then we move into the 500 grams. Of course, buying case prices and getting wholesale rates, I definitely was looking to pick up stuff that I would normally pass on because of the price at the retail level. So I got a few 500 gram cake assortments. If we look down here, right off the bat, we've got the IPA 4-pack. You might remember that from my walkthrough of Green Mountain Fireworks Tent. And then we've got Midnight Mojo, which was kind of a late addition. And I'll tell you why. It's because I have never shot anything from Fisherman Fireworks. And I've watched demos from other YouTubers, and I watched company demos, and they look really cool. And I think this assortment looks like a great way for me to kind of dip my toe into the fisherman's water. So I'm pretty excited to try those. And then we've got the house brand from Bada Boom. So Bada Boom, all of their fireworks have these plain brown wraps, and it's a kind of a signature for them, which is really cool. And this is actually the 4-pack pyro brown assortment. 4 500 gram cakes, 16 shots each, and they all do something different, and they all look really nice. I watched their demo of this several times. And then we're going to get into the cakes that I bought a whole case of. Of course, once again, you'll see that they're broken down because I pulled some out to share with the gentleman who was helping me with the cost of all this stuff. So, first we've got Hit the Road Jack. I've got 2 of those for myself. I've never actually shot one. And at the case rate, it was quite reasonable, so I was very happy to get that. And then we've got, I'm really excited for this, Durian Burger. So I haven't tried this one yet, but I've watched a bunch of demos, and it is totally souped up. I mean, it looks really good. Lots of great orange, tons of shots, 30 of them, and a super fast pace. And that's the kind of stuff that I'm really into, so I'm really excited for that. Probably going to demo one of them, and then I'll use the other 2 for mini shows. And then if you remember not too long ago, we posted a demo for Natural Born Pyros. And if you recall me saying how much I would like to buy that one by the case, well, I did. So now I've got 3 of them. I'm only selling one to my other friend. And I don't know what I'm going to do with them. We'll put them in something. I do want to ask you guys a question. So the case itself was probably dropped, and I've got a little bit of damage right up here. This one tube feels kind of loose. So if anybody has any suggestions on how to deal with that, should I just light it and see if it works, or should I take it apart and see if it needs a repair? I'd definitely like to hear from you guys in the comments who know better than I do, because of course this channel is a great way for me to kind of soak up your all experience. So next up we have a couple of different things that I wouldn't normally spend the money on at all. So up top we've got a zipper cake. And I've spoken before about why I don't get zippers very often, because they're so expensive. And this was very reasonable. The demo was quite nice. I think it's going to be really great. Kept the whole case for myself here. Came with both of them. And looks like lots of colors. It's 432 shots. And I think it's going to be really great. I probably will demo one and use the other as a low-level effect in some sort of show that I put up. And then down here, we've got UFO. What's that stand for there? You should have heard the sound my wife made when she read that label, which was nothing to actually do with that name, but actually the fact that this is a girandola cake, and she loves girandolas, so she was really happy that I actually went out and got some. So I've got 2 of these. No plans specifically for them. I'm sure one will turn into a demo. I'm not going to explain to the boys what that word means, but maybe it will just provide one. Who knows? I love girandolas, and this baby's got go-getters beforehand too. And then next up we've got some Proline. So yes, folks, just so you know, I have gotten my Proline 1-4 safety certificate now. Totally recommend anybody who hasn't done it, go ahead and find a class and take it. It's very easy. It's just really learning about making sure you use your firing system correctly. And it's not hard, and your certification lasts for 2 years, and then you can get this cool kind of stuff. So I've got 4 different things that we're going to try out for you here and share as we move through the 4th of July season. These are all more expensive than your consumer stuff and really cool, so I'm tempted to save them for kind of finale pieces. But I've got, as you can see, 3 of the Rockio Proline items, and then these 2 are both 25-shot Golden Willows from Pyro Demon Pro. And that is very exciting for me because it kind of represents, not only being able to have these really cool items, but another step forward in my own pyro journey.
Nice one.
And I'm happy that you guys are all along with me for it. Can't wait to shoot them and let you see what they look like. Then we've got our canisters. Now, the fellow that I'm splitting the cost with is primarily a canister guy. So I got 3 cases of cans and split them right down the middle. So that for me means 2 kits of resurrection shells, 2 kits of 5-inch Hellfires, and 2 kits of the Voices in the Sky that are 4 inchers. And I'm really excited for all 3 of these. I've liked the Pyro Demon canisters I've shot so far. Really happy to get some stuff from, Bada Boom's own Pyro Demon while I was there. It was just a really cool experience, and I'm totally psyched to get these babies out and put them up in the sky. And that brings us to the section of the video where we're going to talk about gifts and freebies. All right. Know my channel, and they like it. So thanks, guys. And that's really cool. And they had a huge box that they wanted me to have to add to the demos that I put on my channel. So it's all stuff that they're really proud of. And I know that the gentleman, Derek, who chose this box, chose these items specifically, a lot of them, because he knows that my sons will really have a good time with them. So a super big thanks. It's so incredibly kind and unexpected, and it's a big box. So let's take a look right now. So this is the box all together. The first thing I've got right up here, this is actually the swag bag. This was part of visiting the sit down. I'm not sure if everybody got one of these. I was there with a group that had some kind of benefits, Got to have a couple cool extra things. So we got the swag bag, and let's just take a look inside of this. Now this isn't, it's mostly not fireworks, but it's still a lot of extra freebies, which is really nice. So we've got, these were actually from the gentleman who made the box for the boys. So this is his website. I'd encourage everybody to check it out. He's also got a YouTube channel, which I'll put right up in the corner there. And he does do demos of mostly Pyro Demon and Bada Boom kind of family fireworks because that is his line of work. But he's a great guy and a great pyro. It was really fun to talk to him. So check out Pyro Giant. It does wholesale orders. And then we have a little keychain that's a bottle opener. We got a little box of cracker bombs here. These are just like dragon's eggs kind of thing. So little sparkles. And then we've got a silicone wallet you can keep your credit cards in. Don't know if I'll do that. A whole big bunch of punks. I've never even used a punk, but kind of neat to have them, you lucky punk. Maybe that's why, because we're lucky punks. Some sweet stickers. Another sweet sticker. I love fireworks. It's true. And a little flashlight. And of course the bag, which I'm pretty psyched about because I'll use that. And then we've got this big box, right? Look at all this stuff. So like I said, a lot of this was chosen specifically for the kids, but we're going to unbox it right now. They didn't really want to come down and make a video of it because they're busy playing. So let's see what they've got. First of all, we've got this Mario looking fountain that says, "Let's go!" So I think you have to take the lid off to see what it feels pretty heavy for a fountain. So that's very exciting for sure. And then we've got another fountain. Once again, Derek said he did give me a bunch of fountains because he was thinking about the boys. This is the Awakening fountain. And what a huge, great, awesome Pyro Demon logo. I might have to save the wrap on that one. We'll just put that on Mario. Now he's possessed. And then what do we got? We've got these 2 apples. What's this? Red feisty apples. Caution amidst showers of sparks. So it must be a fountain, but I don't see a fuse anywhere. You must have to pop the top off. There's a green one, and we got a red one down here. So he did say he gave me doubles of a couple things so that each boy could have one to play with. So we got the 2 apples, and we've got another double here. We've got these 2 kind of mini flame lollipops. We've done flame lollipops from Winda before, And these look very similar as well, kind of probably a small handheld fountain. And then we've got two little mini snow cone fountains. I don't know if they're the same one or if this comes in varieties or not. Handheld snow cones from Winda. So that's very exciting. So we've got the Trump's fountain. And then there's a nice big, this is a 500 grammer in here. Trump 2.0. And I got to tell you, personally, I don't do political anything very often. That's just me. But I did watch the demo of this at the demo night, and it is an awesome cake. So I'm really excited to see that. And then on the side here, we've got some super giant Roman candles. These are the 8-ball Pyro Diablo candles, and they're big and heavy. There's 4 of them in here. Can't wait to see what those look like when we light them up. And then we've got a couple smaller cakes down here on the side. What's this one? Oh, there's more. Oh my God, it goes even further. These guys are so generous. I tell you what, Titanium Tiger from Winda Fireworks. I don't know this one. I have never seen it. I haven't seen a demo. So that will be very cool to check out. Here's something from Raccoon that weighs a bunch. Oh, wow. The Holy Waterfall cans. That's cool. That's from me. Oh boy, that's really awesome. 5-inch gorgeous waterfall canister shells. Ah boy, this is going to be a great video. So, oh man, that's really good. Thank you guys. Oh boy. And there's more in here. So let me see. I'm going to need to try and pull this out one-handed. And, oh wow, another 500. This is, where can I fit it? Semper Fidelis, which actually I very distinctly remember this from demo night as well. And it's also by Fisherman, which is really cool. And this was one that I kind of thought I'd really like to have that. It was kind of funny being at the demo night after I'd placed my order, because I definitely saw a lot of stuff that I would have wanted otherwise. But, so Semper Fi, baby. Nice cake for the Marines. Oh, that's really cool. And then finally down here, we've got something with a crazy looking tarsier on it. Professor Pyro. 16 shots also from Winda. So, I don't know what this one does either. Let's see here. Gold Willow to Brocades with a bunch of colors. Different stars, peonies, fish. Another Willow to Brocade. Wow, sounds like a really great cake. So, that's a hell of a lot of stuff. Jeez. Thank you, Bada Boom. So, absolutely impressive. I gotta say, that's really nice. And it's very appreciated. The service was excellent there. Derek put together this beautiful box, and it's above and beyond anything. I didn't really expect anything, and this is more than anyone I would even ever imagined. You know, absolutely incredibly generous, and a heartfelt thank you to Bada Boom Fireworks, because that was freaking amazing. So there is the stash update, including all these wonderful surprises, just all this great stuff. So demos are coming, everybody. If there's something you want to see or something you want me to try, you know, leave a note in the comments for sure. If not, I'll just put it up as I put it up, because we are back in the shooting season again. So, with that said, thanks everybody for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. Definitely a great stash. And stay tuned, because believe it or not, I'm picking up another stash in less than a week. That's just a little bit, 4 cases less than this one. So, lots more stuff. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed the video. If you just found us and you're into pyro or you're into stash videos, subscribe, because we put that stuff up all the time too. Hit the notifications bell and you'll know when the new stuff comes out. I can tell you right now, it's about every other day. And we'll see you next time on the Vermont Pyro Boys. Have a great night, everybody.